You see these muscles, Cichon? I know we're on
I do see the muscles, Danny, but we're about to take the airwaves. Welcome to the set of You Say Maize, I Say Blue. That's for the very final time.
Is it the final time?
The final show.
Can we maybe have like a reunion show? We'll come back for homecoming one of these days, and we'll just
every 5 years or so.
Yeah.
Get older and older. That's outgoing.
Your facial hair is going to get grayer and grayer. That could be a problem.
Sass. No, that's just for men, just like Emmett Smith. Keep your edge, baby. Chris Cichon on the left.
Walt Frazier does that too, and Keith Hernandez.
That's right, folks. It is the last show of the 2008-2009 school year, our senior year. 3 years on the show. Great memories. We're going to show some of those later on and talk about them as well as have the new sports director on the show for main event. Give him a little quiz to see if he's qualified to take the position. I know you weren't qualified, and look what happened.
I was very qualified. I rocked a 1.5 on the sports director.
Oh, very good. We'll see if Alice can top that. Danny, we got to start the show. You can go ahead and say maize. I'm going to say blue, as in this morning, out of the blue, I rolled to bed. I'm sick as a dog. I got a fever. I can't breathe. Hacking up my lungs. I shouldn't have gotten out of bed, but I'm here. Last show of the year. Last show of our careers.
That's absolute amazing.
Let's do it big,
That's amazing perseverance for you, Chris. I'm really, really happy you were able to power through.
I got so many drugs going through my veins right now.
You can go ahead and say blue. I'm going to say maize. Listen, I am very disappointed in my amazing New York Mets and how they kicked off their home stadium at Citi Field yesterday. It was a disappointing day, a disappointing baseball game.
Did they lose?
They lost, 6-5.
Great way to break it in.
I know, on a balk nonetheless, but we'll get to that later if we get to it at all. We're going to start with Michigan football. I don't know if you made it to the spring game. I didn't. I have better things to do at noon.
I meant to. I woke up and the game was over. So
I sleep on Saturday mornings. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
But some good things. Tate Forcier, pretty nice game. Carlos Brown, Roy Roundtree. Defense looking good as always. You excited heading into the summer?
Yeah, I know. I like to see that, and I like Tate getting his time there. I think he really threw the ball well. He showed that he can throw a nice ball, and I think that's important. I think most of the student body, from what I gather, has his back. They want to see the freshman in there. Remember the last freshman to start beginning of the season? I believe his name was Chad Henne, and that team did pretty good. Tate Forcier, like I said, he can throw the ball. We know about his dual threat capabilities. We saw a little bit of that as well. But, don't put too much pressure on his shoulders now heading into the summer workouts and into the fall. Don't say, Tate's the guy, they're automatically going to win the Big Ten this year. We'll let them work up, let them win their 6 games, get to a bowl game, and then get the pressure on them next year.
And I think another thing to look at is Rich Rodriguez's success after that first year. That first year is always a struggle. You can look at Beeline and the basketball team as a model, but that first year is going to be a struggle no matter what.
Horrendous first year.
Right. The second year is where you actually get to measure some growth. So let's see if Tate Forcier can come in, really adapt to this offense, adapt to the spread. He's got a little bit of mobility. He's got an arm.
He's going to need it.
He's got some speedy receivers there. You got Odoms in the slot. This could be a very decent football team. I'm not talking about, 9 wins or anything, but 6, 7, 8 wins definitely within reach.
Definitely 6 wins.
I like where this team is going. You have Denard Robinson as well. I think could provide a nice little
he was at the game on
Saturday. He was. He made his first
Dreads were looking phenomenal.
I like it.
Great to have that kind of student athlete on campus.
I like it. Very excited.
Come on now.
You got the running backs back. You got Minor. You got Carlos Brown. This offense could start to look a little bit like those Pat White-led offenses.
Well, it's all going to depend on guys like Mark Ortman and Perry Dorstein.
Oh, that offensive line is crucial.
Steve Schilling. They've been working hard. I've seen them. They've been working harder than any other unit. Because I've been seeing them from my house, you see the field, and they're out there longer than any other unit. These guys are working hard. It all depends on the OL.
Well, they need it.
If they don't move, they don't go anywhere.
We saw, Sam McGuffey came in with all the hype in the world last year, but with no offensive line, he's just going to get.
Sam McGuffey's going to Rice University.
I know, right? I don't think he'll find much better blocking at Rice than he did here.
Uncle Ben's football, it's all good.
That's
so
funny.
Sam McGuffey, wherever you can find a job.
Funny.
Good
Peter
luck to you,
saw
Sam.
a cameraman laughing behind the set at that joke. That's a good Uncle Ben's joke.
Oh, well,
I like
thanks.
that. We're going to move along now to the Masters. Did you watch it? First of all,
I did watch it. El Pato.
Is that his nickname?
That's the Duck. The Duck. This happened 2 years ago in the U.S. Open. I don't remember. I guess you don't remember that one. 2 years ago, he won the U.S. Open. I don't know. He's just this big fat guy. He waddles. He smokes cigarettes in the fairways. You gotta love him. He really doesn't care. He doesn't speak any English at all. So it's his second major. This guy's legit.
Here's a question I have for you, real quick, Chris. Did the Tiger-Phil duel, as they made that charge on those final 18 holes, take away from Angel Cabrera's win? Or are you still going to remember Cabrera? He had that amazing shot out of the pine needles off the tree. That's a pretty amazing save on the first playoff hole.
Yeah.
You going to remember that at all?
Nobody's
going to
remember this. Nobody's going to remember this at all. They're going to remember it maybe the Argentinians, because it's the first Argentine to win the Masters. Maybe they'll remember it down there in South America. But as for us, we're not going to remember this. Tiger didn't win it. Phil didn't win it. It's a
pretty amazing shot, though, no? What he was able to do on that playoff hole putting his drive
That's what golfers do.
into the pine
That's what
needles.
golfers do. They go walk around on green grass all day and they look for unique shots to hit. It's what they do. Okay, I mean, okay, congratulations, you hit a ball and it landed on a very nice smooth green surface, very close to a hole.
All right, so this brings us to another point. Then, are you going to say golf is one of those? Is Tiger Woods not an athlete then?
Tiger is an athlete. Tiger's title shouldn't be golfer. It should be athlete because Tiger is in better physical shape than most Navy SEALs compared to guys on the PGA Tour. So don't compare Tiger to golfers. There's golfers and then there's Tiger Woods.
Do you golf?
I do golf.
Okay,
It's
so
been a while.
do you think you could walk 18 holes in pretty warm weather for 4 straight days and still whack the ball? You hit your drives.
No.
Hit your shots off the fairway?
I can't get the first ball on the first day, on the first fairway. I can't get that one to go straight. So the last one, I wouldn't even make it that far.
I mean, I think golf requires, we're way off topic here, but it requires patience. It's
We're talking about the
definitely a sport.
Masters.
Angel Cabrera can look like a duck and waddle like a duck all he wants, but the fact is he outlasted hundreds of other golfers. He won the Masters.
This guy's going to win more majors,
Congratulations.
though. Look at Angel Cabrera. He's not that old, and he's got the game to win major championships.
He has gray hair. He's older than Tiger. He's older than you and I.
El Pato.
Whatever.
He's going to be big.
Okay, we'll hold you to that, Chris. When you come back in 5 years for the reunion
Oh, yeah,
show,
he'll
we'll
be
see how
blowing up.
many,
He'll be bigger than Tiger.
Okay, we'll see about that. Chris, a sport I know you love so much growing up in Orlando, hockey.
Solar Bears, baby.
Hockey playoffs. Excited? Any matchups you're really looking
Always
forward
excited because I think the hockey playoffs
Love
are
it.
probably the most exciting playoffs out of all 4. Football is a little short for me. Hockey playoffs, intense throughout, just smash mouth, hitting people in the face. I love it, and plus it's on ice and they skate around. So I'm really looking forward to, plus the upsets in the first round. That's when you really see it, like Philadelphia, Pittsburgh in that first
That's
round.
gonna be
Battle
great.
of Pennsylvania, that's going to be huge. What do you got? You got Anaheim and San Jose.
how about out
in the
west?
first
Anaheim,
round.
San Jose, that's
That's
the
going to
first
be big
round
one.
matchup.
San
That's
Jose
gonna be
better
fun.
not be too cocky. Otherwise, they're going to get nipped.
The series I love the most, and I think what playoff hockey is all about, is that on one hand you can essentially just call the sport goalie because it's going to come down to the best goaltender. You see it in college hockey, you see it in professional hockey.
Yep.
Team that has the best goalie is going to win. But at the same time, we have some really unique matchups. You take a team like the Blackhawks, who was just, they were absolutely terrible last year. They get some new players, they get some young
at 'em,
faces.
got a home seed.
Jonathan Taves, Patrick Kane, they're now a 4 seed. Okay, good for them. But then they have to go up against the Flames.
Calgary.
That's a veteran team. Michigan grad Mike Camilleri over there. Jerome McGinley still leading the
Still
pack,
over
and
there.
Mika Kerpersov in goal. You gotta like the nice little juxtaposition.
Who do you think's going to come out of all this? Who is the hottest goalie? So maybe make a prediction.
I think
there.
the best
Hottest
goalie, the best
team?
goalie is Nabokov.
Nabokov.
Evgeny Nabokov.
Okay, never heard of him.
San Jose's goalie. He's the best goalie right now.
Nabokov. You're saying
Nabokov.
it wrong.
What
They
the-
say it different on TV.
Nabokov,
Jamie. I don't know what you're
Nabokov.
talking
Do you
Nabokov.
watch the Sharks on TV?
I don't watch them.
Well,
Sorry, I go to bed at 10. I don't get the West Coast
misplaced a
hockey.
Russian accent.
I get the
on
Red
my
Wings, and I know I've heard of Chris Osgood. I know
Never heard
he's
of
going to
him.
be in net this year.
Okay.
See if he can win 2 in a row back to back. Maybe cement his legacy as
Can
a Hall
Sid
of
the
Fame
Kid
goalie.
get a Pittsburgh team that had been struggling back, or no?
Well, it's Pittsburgh. They fire Michael Therrien, halfway through the season thereteabouts, and look at them. Bam, they got a 4 seed. So it looked like they were going to totally miss the playoffs.
those were 2 teams right there, the Pens and the Flyers, that I liked. Teams that I had pegged as maybe possible little sleepers coming out of the East, and they draw each other.
What do you think about Boston? Boston's been out there pretty dominant, second best team point-wise in the NHL this season. Do they stand a chance? Are they experienced enough? I don't think they are. I think Boston's going to fall.
If Tim Thomas can hold up, yeah, absolutely. Like I said, the sport is called goalie, so
Okay.
see what they can do. They definitely have the studs to get it done. They've been doing it for 82 games, so.
Speaking of
We'll see.
82 games, the